You won't believe what happened that night. One minute my wife was walking into the gala, glowing like she owned the place, arm in arm with her so-called work husband. The next minute, the entire ballroom went dead silent as I did something she'll never forget for the rest of her life. My name's Adrian, 34 years old, a software engineer who's been married to Emma for 6 years. She's a marketing manager, confident, beautiful, and used to turning heads. For most of our marriage, we were solid. Until she met Nathan. Nathan was her new coworker. Charming, funny, always around. At first, I didn't think much of it. I trusted her completely, but trust can become the most dangerous thing when you hand it to the wrong person. It started small. Late night projects, private jokes I wasn't part of. Her phone buzzing nonstop during dinner while Nathan's name lit up the screen. Whenever I asked about him, she'd roll her eyes and laugh. Oh, come on, Adrian. He's just my work husband. Work husband. That stupid phrase slowly started destroying my peace. Then I noticed something worse. She stopped talking to me the way she used to. No more random hugs. No more I missed you. No more looking at me like I mattered. One night, I stayed awake until almost midnight, waiting for her. I cooked her favorite pasta, lit candles in the apartment, even replayed the song from our wedding dance. She walked in almost an hour late, smiling at her phone. Nathan had sent her a meme, and she laughed harder at that stupid message than she had laughed with me in months. That hurt more than I expected. Then came the gala, her company's annual charity event. Emma talked about it for weeks. Her dress, the guest list, how Nathan would be there because they planned everything together. I assumed we'd attend as a couple like always. But 3 days before the event, she casually said, "You can come if you want, but I'll probably stay with my team most of the night." That sentence stayed in my head for days, because for the first time in my life, I truly felt invisible to my own wife. The night of the gala, Emma looked unreal. Silver gown, perfect curls. That confident smile that once belonged only to me. But when I arrived, she wasn't waiting for me. She was already inside with Nathan, laughing near the ballroom stage, her hand resting on his arm like they were the real couple. People noticed, some whispered, some smirked. One guy even gave me a pity look that made my stomach twist. I honestly wanted to leave. Then I saw Claire, Nathan's wife, standing alone near the bar in a navy blue dress, quietly pretending she wasn't hurt. But her eyes gave everything away. She already knew. I walked beside her and softly said, "Looks like our spouses forgot who they came here with." She gave a bitter little smile. "Yeah, and I think they've forgotten for a while now." For the next hour, Claire and I talked while Emma and Nathan acted like the stars of the entire gala, dancing too close, laughing too loud, touching each other a little too comfortably. At one point, Nathan leaned down and whispered something into Emma's ear. She laughed, then fixed his tie with both hands, slowly, intimately, like she'd done it 100 times before. That was the exact moment something inside me went cold. Then Emma looked directly at me from across the ballroom, not guilty, not nervous, almost amused, like she enjoyed watching me stand there powerless. That's when I decided I was done being the fool in their little game. When the speeches ended and the slow music started playing, I turned toward Claire. "You trust me?" I asked quietly. She looked surprised, but after a few seconds, she nodded. I took her hand and walked straight toward the center of the dance floor where Emma and Nathan stood under the chandelier lights. The crowd slowly started watching us. Conversation stopped. People could feel something was about to happen. Emma's smile faded immediately. Nathan straightened up nervously. Then I pulled Claire close, not awkwardly, not hesitantly, confidently. And as the music swelled through the ballroom, I looked directly into Emma's eyes and kissed Claire. Not a petty little kiss. A real movie scene kind of kiss. Slow, deep, unforgettable. The entire room gasped. Phones came out instantly. Someone nearly dropped a champagne glass. Even the CEO stopped talking mid-sentence. Emma froze, like the world had just collapsed around her. Nathan looked like he'd swallowed a brick. And Claire? She smiled for the first time that entire night. I leaned close to Emma as the whispers exploded around us and quietly said, "Now we're even." Emma stormed out of the ballroom minutes later, her face burning red with humiliation and rage. The whispers followed her all the way to the exit. Nathan tried to go after her, but Claire grabbed his arm and coldly said, "Don't bother. Maybe she'll find another work husband next quarter." That night, Emma called me over and over again, crying, screaming, apologizing, begging me to answer. I ignored every single call. Instead, I sent her a picture someone had already posted online, a photo of me and Claire kissing in the middle of the ballroom while Emma stood frozen in the background. The caption read, "Tables turned at the charity gala. Legendary." By morning, the photo had spread across her entire office. Nathan got transferred. Claire filed for divorce. And Emma finally learned what it feels like to be publicly humiliated by the person who once loved you most. Me? I just smiled, because revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes, it's just perfectly timed silence and one unforgettable kiss that changes everything forever. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more emotional videos.